Here's the thing, no one ever tells you people aren't afraid of what you do, they're terrified of what you don't say. It's not your actions that make them sweat, it's your silence. The unknown, the space between words that unnerves them. That empty pause when your lips stay still, but they can see it in your eyes, the chaos swirling deep inside. A storm you've kept hidden behind that polite, fake smile. That's what terrifies them. Watch them sometime, they act like they've got everything figured out, life, society, relationships, all a neat little package. But what they don't realize is all those pretty truths they cling to are built on lies. And you don't play by their rules. You're the crack in their glass, the wild card they can't predict, and that drives them mad. When you speak, they can handle it. They can argue, fight back, try to control the conversation. They want you to talk because then they know where you stand. But when you're silent, that's when their minds start spinning. They begin to imagine things worse than anything you could ever say or do. They're not scared of the knife you carry or the crimes you commit. They're afraid of the thoughts you don't share, the dark corners of your mind they'll never understand. Ever feel that tension when you walk into a room before you even say a word? That's power, real power. The kind that makes them squirm, makes them wish you'd just speak already, because the silence is suffocating them. Silence makes them vulnerable, and that's where you win. You see, the world is one big game, a sick joke, and the punchline. It's always been the silence. The things you don't say echo louder than any scream, keeping them up at night, wondering what's going on in that head of yours. That's your weapon, uncertainty. They fear it because they can't control it. Your silence is wild, untamed, and they hate it because deep down they want that same freedom but are too afraid to reach for it. Everyone's controlled by fear. Fear of failure, fear of pain, fear of being nothing. But the biggest fear is the silence where they have to face themselves, stripped of distractions. That's where the real monsters live, and you live there. That's your home. They drown it out with noise, TV, music, booze, anything to avoid the quiet. But you've embraced it. And that makes you dangerous. More dangerous than they'll ever be. They tell you to express yourself, be open, let it all out. But that's a lie. They don't really want your honesty, they want predictability. They want you loud so they can see you coming. But the quiet ones, the ones who keep it all locked away, they're the ones who change the world. So let them fear you. Let them squirm in their comfort zones while you sit silently, holding all the power they'll never understand. Silence is the one thing they can't control, and that makes you unstoppable. The world is built on control and silence. Silence is chaos. It's the cracks where reality breaks, where you thrive. Let them scream, let them demand answers, but you just smile. Say nothing. In the end, it's not about the noise, it's about the quiet. The things left unsaid are the loudest of all. It haunts them, makes them realize they never had control to begin with. So stay quiet. Hold on to your darkness, because that's where your power comes from. They'll never get it, never understand why silence is your strength, but that's what makes you unstoppable. The moment you break that silence, they lose. They realize they were never in control, and trust me, that's a fear they'll never recover from. I've watched people long enough to know their worst moments are the most real. Behind the masks, they're all scared, every last one of them, but they'll never admit it. They hide behind loud voices and empty gestures, but it's all a distraction. You see through it, don't you? You know the truth beneath it all. They're just scared kids, begging for someone to tell them it's going to be okay. And that's why they hate you. That's why they fear you. You don't need their validation. You don't have to scream to be heard. You're comfortable in your silence, and that makes them uncomfortable. Fear is the oldest trick in the book. It controls people, keeps them predictable. But when you stop being afraid, when you embrace the unknown, you become unstoppable. Fear is just a leash, one they use to keep you in line, but once you cut that leash, that's when the fun begins. You start playing by your own rules. And you don't follow their script, don't play the part they've written for you. That's what terrifies them. They don't know what you'll do next, and that uncertainty is your power. So keep them guessing. Let them doubt. Doubt is a killer, eating away at them while you remain untouched. You don't need to raise a hand to destroy someone, just stay silent. and let their own minds tear them apart. Most people sabotage themselves out of fear. But you don't have to play that game. Fear is an illusion, a lie they tell themselves to avoid the truth. And the truth is, they're all scared of you, scared of themselves, scared of the world. But you see through that. You know fear is just a shadow, and once you stop being afraid, it disappears. That's when you win. That's when you rise above, while they're still fighting their demons. You've mastered the silence, mastered yourself, and that's what makes you powerful. Most people will never know that kind of power. They'll spend their lives chasing it, looking for it in all the wrong places. But you've had it all along. Now it's time to decide, are you going to keep playing by their rules? Or are you going to embrace the silence, the fear, the unknown, and make it your own? Let them fear you. Let them wonder. Let them doubt. Because in the end, it's not about the noise. It's about the silence, the things left unsaid, the things they can't handle. And that's the punchline. They thought they were in control, but you've been in control all along. They're just now starting to realize it.